Hello, welcome, good morning. My name is Ian, and beside me is Lauren. Welcome to Bars and Bells and our handstands practice on a Saturday morning. We'll get started very shortly, and today's goals again include kick-ups, working on kick-ups. But before we work on kick-ups and play around, it's important that we start talking to wrists and some shoulder mobility first. We'll get started today with quick wrists and spend a little more time on those shoulders, and then we'll get playing in some crawls. Let's start today by looking at our board and the wrists. As Lauren has beautiful serving trays up front here, open up those fingers. Make fists, but keep the serving tray level with this imaginary floor underneath. Extend the wrists forward, and then open up those fingertips. Make fists, return to center. With fists, push towards the middle. From there, slowly open those fingers, curl them back up, pull them back on to straight. Wrist flexion, bring knuckles towards elbows in a wrist bend, and then straighten out those fingers, or at least try. Make fists, pull back, and then move out to the side. Open up, straight fingers through, make fists, pull center, and shake. Down low with the palms facing back, turn the palms forward. Biceps curl to the top, and at the top, show me the palm, and then turn around. One or two more, and then extend. And at the bottom, same thing. Keep the shoulders back and rotate at the elbows, showing palms, and then finishing with palms forward. At the shoulders, elevate or shrug, protract forward, pull low. Elevate and shrug, retract, pulling those rhomboids and scapula together, and low. Lauren's hands aren't moving as we alternate the elevation here with the forward and down, and an up, and then the retraction, and down. Very slow. Bring the hands from low towards chest height. At chest height, open up towards the side. Bring the hands down. Repeat, arms straight. Maybe they'll go a little bit higher this time. And then open with palms forward. Turn the palms down as you return low. Repeat twice to the back. Going to the back, in extension, the palms will turn forward as you bring those hands towards the front and then down. Repeat, turn those palms back as we extend the shoulder, spin in the shoulder nice and slow to bring forward and around. I love the reserved nature of those shoulder movements. Let's be a little bit more adventurous as we go towards our overhead, making sure that our ribs stay down, chin stays tucked, and we're exploring our shoulder and not the limbo mobility. It's important too, but right now let's talk to shoulders. From a lunge stance or in parallel, squeeze your butt, brace your core. Elevate the shoulders one last time, retract and pull low. Continue the low and take two arms towards your safe overhead. Keeping the elbows straight and the ribs down, hold for a second. Then, turning from the shoulder, palms start to go down, keeping the elbows straight. Try to keep the height of the shoulders as we continue the internal rotation or roll. Pull to center, and then pull the backs of the hands forward. Repeat your shrug one last time. Retract and down, and extend the shoulders to the back. When they're at that limit, it's a slow rotation with stiff triceps and straight elbows to bring those arms back overhead. Currently, our shoulders are down. Let's shrug them once, useful for handstands, and let's pull them down one last time and continue to pull all the way down to center. And relax. Let's get on the floor here just quick. Anyhow, sissy squat, toe balance. Let's get low. Hands on the ground. In our push-ups and handstands position, we want wide open hands with fingertips facing forward. At this moment, let's lean forward, extending the wrist. Turn those fingertips white and keep tension heavy through the heel. Now push forward to go backwards, returning to straight elbows out top. Same thing, couple more in a row. Extend the wrist, leaning forward, placing load into the first knuckles, which we'll call this part of our hand, and those fingertips turning white, and then press the floor forward to go back. Repeat one last repetition. You can see how Lauren here is gripping the floor, leaning forward, sharing tension across the hands. Then she'll send energy forward, pressing the floor away to return back. Do a quarter turn at the hands. Let's do the same thing side to side. I'm going to press to the right, shifting my weight to the left. Then I'll continue to press through my left, initiating this drift, and I'll push through the ground, transferring weight to my right side. Then I'll press through the right, transition my load back to center, and one last time. All the way to the right, through center, and then let's peel those hands up with a little flick and a shake. From a tall kneel position like Lauren's showing here, or sitting on the heels as Lauren is maybe in a second here, choose a position and let's continue our exploration of the shoulders. Get a little closer as well, sorry. Start with the hands in a W shape and keeping the armpits low and shoulders low, touch the back of the head, but then hover. Looking neutral, from here could we extend the elbows as we're going towards the YMCA, and I want you to pull your shoulder blades low. From here, bend the elbows, graze the back of the head. From here, keep the chin tucked, armpits low, and extension through the elbows. If you can get to the YMCA, can you think about getting towards that IAMCA, straight arms overhead? Then a nice elbow bend, and from here, pull those elbows back down to our W. Now straighten out the elbows, so we're the flying V, and from here, we'll turn or empty those pop cans, turning the thumbs down, bend on the elbow, and hover on the back. I know I'm a little bit here. Look like Lauren, don't look like me. So like Lauren is from here, and the shoulders are just slightly underneath again. From this position, can you slowly straighten the elbows? Hold for a 1/1000. Bend on those elbows, and Lauren's cueing me from behind to squeeze those shoulder blades together. So for one last repetition, retract those shoulders and extend those elbows. What was that, Lauren?
Just less internal rotation of your weights. Pull back.
Nice. And then nice and slow elbow bend. Thank you for those cues, Lauren. And then return those arms to center. I hope that that was a challenging endurance exercise for those arms and shoulders, as well as building that awareness. Lauren kept instructing me to retract my shoulders, avoid the hunch, get tall, keep that rib cage down. Let's come back to those hands. This time, make knuckles out front. On those two index and middle fingers, so the peace sign digits there, could you slowly roll over with a fist and try to get the back of the hand to the floor? And then pull back up to center, alternate for a couple each side. Continue your tension through your fist, roll across those first two knuckles, flexing through the wrist. Wrist extension, the shape that you're in your push-up and your handstand, can be made better and stronger by owning this flexion range. Keep the grip. Last one each there. Wrist flexion. My grip opens, so I'm going to re-grip on that and pull center. If the grip opens, re-grip, find that flexion strength, and then shake that out. Awesome. This is a handstand class. Let's get handstanding around, but first let's crawl. I like to share our first crawl today in our elephant shape. Your down dog, our elephant. Let's get there. We want to continue to think about pressing the floor away with these elevated shoulders and keep your tailbone long. With wide open hands, blood donations facing forward, tilt the tailbone towards the ceiling and breathe. You're going to lift your knees. Could your heels get to the floor? High to the hamstrings, hello to those calves. How does that feel today? You're almost overhead. You're halfway there. But from here, can we continue to press the floor away? We'll go for a little walk as I take my right arm and left leg and take a step forward. And then my left arm and my right leg take a step forward. And then I'm running out of room, so Lauren's going to continue to go forward, but I'm going to go backwards. So challenge some directions here. Build some awareness as you move your right arm, left leg, and then left arm, right leg. Can you lift and land as a team? Can you maintain your tension and spine long? Take 3 to 4 more strides or fold up just like Lauren there. And then, as we said, fold, bent knees is appropriate if needed, and pull up to standing. From here, working on balance of other types too. Can you find the balls of the feet like me? So standing tall with straight knees, find those 2 points of the tripod on the foot, squeeze your bum, and then look around the room. Can you look around that room, staying nice and center? I maybe have 5 more seconds here. So I'm going to slowly return my gaze to center, and then nice and slow return down. Now let's go knees over toes for a moment. Maybe you pick up or pedal while you're down here, and just a light bounce, nothing too ballistic, but just get those ankles going. And then while we're down here, let's get onto 2 feet, but then transfer onto the balls of the feet onto 2 feet, and maybe challenge yourself to get low. And then we'll stay down here. And while we're staying down here, let's get those hands back on the floor. Knees too, that's nice, Lauren. And then from here, let's get in our lizard crawl, opening up those squatting hips. Again, working on those patterns and the creative ways to load our body. So plank's position would be hips up, shoulders packed. I'm pressing the floor away. I'll take a single leg and place it near a hand. I might press energy out of my front knee while pushing energy out of the back leg heel. And then scissoring, I can pull into the hips, lift a left hand and a right leg.
A left hand, oh.
And then walk towards our lizard shape in a 3-point plank, and then place a leg down. With a leg in the front, breathe. You might push your knee forward and shoot energy out of the heel in the back. And then kick a bum. And can you walk around into another lizard shape? From here, you want to keep the crown of the head long. Press the floor away. Knees, tension, breathe, create. Flow around the room for a couple more in a row here. Feel a stretch. Feel the load. Build that endurance for the wrists and the upper body while working on your creativity as well. My last stride, I'll get into my squat stance here. And from here, I'll take a breath in and hiya, come up. Let's work on those squats again, those ankle squats. This time, let's start up on the tippy toes. Water's allowed. Need a break, take one. Allows me to catch my breath too. Nothing easy about those lizard crawls. Part of the warm-up, part of nice work to keep ourselves conditioned for those workouts. Here we go. So Lauren's up on those toes, nice and tall. And from here, could you bend those knees? Going low in towards your little toe squat here. From here, stand up once. Slower is harder. Slower is harder. Woo. And then for one more time, let's get low. Nice and control, low. From there, we'll get the knees towards the floor with a sister knot, and then extend forward. From here, look at Lauren's feet as she flattens out the toes, and then slowly sits on her bum. From here, could you lean back? Could you lean back? Lauren has her bum off the heels. I'm just slightly still on, but my rib cage is connected to my hips here, feeling tension on the abs, holding for a second or two, and then a bum squeeze, smooth criminal style to the top. Let's repeat that one more time. Sit back towards the bum. You might have to adjust those knees. Wood floors are pretty rigid, obviously, so be careful. So sit back towards the bum in a second. Okay. Now keep our ribs and hips connected, pressing energy this way. As you go that way, Lauren has a beautiful line here. Her shoulders are in line with those knees. Your knees might come up, right? You might go onto the tops of those feet. That might be a crazy stretch, and then come on through. And relax. Nice. So kind of a reverse Swedish curl or Nordic curl there. From here, I'd like to get into our gorilla, our primate. Hang on that squat we explored from a lizard, and let's evolve into a leaping lizard or some version of our gorilla. That's a gorilla move. Well, I don't know as much as gorilla moves, but that's a fun move that we're looking for. Little weight transfers, little leaping lizards on that. Maybe go 3 more explorations. That's one. I know. Not even the same kingdom. Phylum. That's a tiring one. Those ballistics, it takes a lot of energy to be explosive. From here, let's continue that balance and continue those ankle squats. However, let's try it on a single leg. Take that single leg out and on to that ankle knuckle down low. From here, making sure there's no daylight, pull those knees tight and press a knee towards over the toe. From here, could you slowly try to find the ball of the foot? Go heel heavy, stand up. Repeat one more time. Knee over toe. Can you find the ball of the foot? It's still the ribs to hips, core brace. I got to put my heel down and then I'll stand up. Repeat to the other side, just 2. Ankle knuckle on the elevated leg, in, tall on the supporting leg to start, and flexion on the knee, meaning knee over toe. From there, transfer weight to the ball of the foot, hold for a couple seconds, find the heel, extend the hip, and repeat one last time. Knee over toe, transition to the front of the ball of the foot there, hold for time, own the dismount as allowed, and extend the hip. Shakes are allowed. Wiggle that out. Do the hokey pokey, shake it all about. Progressing through the zoo exhibit quite nicely. Next, the crab, which is maybe closely related to the lizard, but maybe not that related to our gorilla. Let's get back in the squat though. The squat's not really going away today. Hang out in the squat, take a single hand, reach it towards behind you, and then the other. But now that I look at my board here, maybe the crab did meet a little hybrid animal here. I'm going to adjust my stance now to have narrow feet. And from my low crab position, I'll gently extend my hips, looking to create a line between my knees, hips, shoulders, and head. Then I'm going to drop my bum. I'm going to press my butt through the back, straightening out my knees, and maybe we can lift.
My hips are wide.
Nice, just like Lauren there. Good. Then drop the heels gently. Continue to extend through. Hip bridge, open up those shoulders in the extension again. Take your time to press your butt through. Get tall by pressing the floor away. And hold. Let's do 1 or 2 again here with our hip extension through. Squeeze your butt. Open up those shoulders. Take your time in this L sit. And then one more time. Extend through. Come on low with tension and control. And then hold the L. And relax. Whew. Lauren said, I want to change my hands. Listen to the feedback that your body's giving you and make those adjustments along the way. There's general rules, light exceptions. Have fun and be safe. Listen to your body. It's time to play, Lauren says. Let's play. Let's get there. So for a minute, what do you like to do in your handstand? Share with us in the chat. What do you want to work on today or the next time we get together? Today, again, will be a focus on kick-ups. So for the next 5 minutes, 1 minute, we will be working on casual kick-ups, explore your space, create some room. Let's get playing. Can you help me up?
No.
No. Help myself up. No hands. Okay, here we go. So get your space. Lauren's cleared our space a little bit better again. Maybe let's even move this plant. Palmy. What about palm goes right there? Robert Palmer. There you go. So I'm good. My space is here. What are you doing at home? Let's do your gentle kick up here. Nothing too crazy right away. I'm giving it maybe 50%. And I always like to look at Lauren when I do this too. Focus on yourself, but what's Lauren up to? She's got her split leg kick up, a beautiful point on the toe. Maybe she'll even switch feet. Ooh, work both sides maybe. And as I advocate for that, I should try the same. And last one. Nice. So in those warm-up reps there, I really focus on accepting the floor as I grip down and then pressing the floor away when we return to standing. Think about those small things in the warm-up and they'll be there for you when you get going. As you said with kick-ups, Lauren's preferred way to kick up is that tripod. So without further ado or delay, let's work on some kick-ups. As we usually do here, you're following one of us. We recommend doing half the amount of work as us together here. So you're either going to watch along and listen and learn and then do it with me, or rep it out with Lauren here and then watch me after. Let's go. The tripod kick up, I'll give room here. It could be a nice partner-assisted drill too. But we want to make sure that the shoulders set up over the wrists. We'll have straight legs throughout. But that setup that Lauren nails so well is making sure her shoulders are over the wrists. And not to spend too much time up there, Lauren, but it's great. Nice. And she owned one. She owned all of those, not just one. You get really good at the things you practice at, and then the things you don't, you need to work on, which is why we're doing this. Lauren will continue to yell at me from the back here to shift my weight over.
But then also push up there.
That's the shape Lauren wants me to start. I'm committed to owning this set. Here we go.
Yeah. Try to keep your elbows straight when you enter.
So she's telling me to straighten my elbows as I enter. I'm in wrist extension. I'm loaded up. Push the floor away.
Nice.
And down. And again, so practicing those good reps that you can control and safely come out of as well. As typical, often with the first set, I just need to find the ground a little bit for a second. Let those stars calm down.
You're mine.
And let other stars shine. Okay. So I'm in Lauren's way, so here we go. Is she going to use the other leg?
No.
No, she's not. Great.
We'll only have one.
Focus on one great set first. Nice. So again, by telling me to straighten my elbows and load my shoulders over the wrists, Lauren also told herself the same to reinforce those habits. Beautiful stance. Yeah. Excellent. Good. So again, watching someone else, critiquing what's either really good about that movement or what they need to maybe finesse can really help your practice. So here I go. What leg did I use? Oh, I got to use this one now.
Okay. So, am I set up the way Lauren told me to? Pressing the floor away with my shoulders over. She said lean a little more forward. And then from here, oh, see, that's not my well-practiced foot. Here we go.
Nice.
I can feel it soft. I'm really trying to straighten out that leg too now. And maybe one more. But set up over.
Nice.
Extension.
Yeah.
I can feel myself grow into that. That did feel pretty good. Is that 2 sets each?
That was 2 sets.
Okay, take a little break. And just to work on a little ankle squat. We'll only do 2 of these ankle squats throughout as little rest intervals in our handstands here. Can we find ourselves on those tippy toes? Maybe with your balance aid nearby. Get low. Maybe this is low. Tuck your shirt in, that's performance enhancing too. At your safe low, could you extend your hips and trying to create a straight line from your knees to toes? And then pull back underneath and go lower if that's available. For only one more, I promise. And then from that same thing, extend those hips through, hold for a second or two, pull back to a place we own, stand up, reset, shake. That tripod kick up, very nice way to kick up into that handstand. Also, I enjoy the what? The fall in, step in, the step in. When I step in, I think about sending a leg, straight leg through. When I kick in, my arms are already straight, my shoulders are already elevated or protracted, ready to accept the floor. The full repetition looks like this. Straight arms, straight legs, step fall, press the floor away to return. Final rep for me, straight up, press the floor away. Shake it out in between, rest or follow along with Lauren, as again, 5 reps would be a ton. Straight legs, straight arms, kick, press the floor away. Straight arms, straight legs, right on. And again, press that floor away. Good. The same themes as Lauren's shoulders over the wrists, pushing the floor away, persist into this kick-up drill. Lauren wants one more. Straight legs throughout, waving me off for the spot. That was great. That's not what she wanted, but that was a great rep in the sense her legs were very, very straight. Very hard challenge there. So get one foot that's really, really consistent and confident for you, and then try to play with that other foot. It's not the wrong foot, it's just the other one that you may not practice as much. So for this set of reps, I will be planting with my right foot instead. Same themes, straight, and down. Yeah, we're good. New corner, new surroundings here in the studio, so be careful. There we go. Let's do one more here. Ooh, I felt my elbows bend. Felt those elbows bend. We'll get that the next time. Also, just calling yourself out. What went really well? What could you improve?
What leg do you step in with normally?
Normally, my left.
Yeah.
So this set of reps was that right leg that I was taking off with. Right on. And point that back toe. Woo, there you go. So more than just pointing a toe happened there. Move out of the way, Lauren says. I'm stuck in the corner. Beautiful. I'm in the corner enjoying the view. Here we go. Nice. I knew she wasn't happy with that when she's calling for one more rep. So again, ultimately, if you chose to do it along with Lauren, you do like twice as much work as me. So use that at your discretion. Adding on the sissy squat, we haven't called it that yet today, but adding on that toe squat to progress towards our sissy. Take our time on those 2 feet. Take your time getting to your safe low. Extend those hips. Now, can you get lower? Could you get lower? Ribs to hips. Then get under. Ooh, excuse me. Then get under. Stand up. Reset. We'll do that just one more time. Down. Hinge. Earn. Come back center. Here we go. Up to 2 feet. To your safe low. Extend the hips and lean back. Own that. And try to get a little lower for 4, 3, 2, underneath, stand tall, reset, and done. How are those arms? Are you along just to watch and be inspired maybe for the next time, or taking a sip of water and just ready to go in a second or two? Listen to the wrists, listen to the core. Take time to build your handstands practice.
Tucks.
But if you're with us, the tucks. The favorite, least favorite, I find is a very fun example here. So Lauren, just show us a tuck or two here. Just watching Lauren, just showing us what a tuck or two. Did I say yet today that we need our shoulders over our wrists? And we're pushing the floor away like Lauren's told me. Beautiful. Stay in that tuck. Resist the urge to extend the knees. And not full send ass overhead, but overhead. But pretty darn close too. This is going to be a little reckless. You ready for a little exploration here?
Where are you going? No.
I think that if you did it in front of a wall,
This is not tested.
It would give you nice feedback
Pretty far away.
that you're not getting to the wall, maybe. And that's okay. But if you got closer, could you find that place where you rest on the wall and press down? Nice fun variation. Oops, excuse me, Lauren. Nice fun variations all around. A fun thing to do then is do it against the wall, build some confidence, and then try a rep or two out in the center. And don't kick up. And then rest. You might be fatigued. Pardon me?
The wall help.
Oh, yeah. The wall helps.
Scary.
Check it out. So again, if you set up too far away, not as advantageous. Oh, it doesn't catch the camera angle quite as nice. Let's just do a little quarter turn here. So using that wall, tuck your chin a little. Yeah. Right on. Couple in a row. Good.
How close am I?
You're pretty darn close. Pretty darn close. Your hands could go closer because you have that upper back extension. A couple more in a row there if you're with Team Lauren. Are you on the wall?
Oh,
Are you? Nice. Okay. So use that wall. That can be a fun way, variation to play with your tuck. So Team Ian here, I owe one more set. Here we go. In the tuck.
Tuck, tuck. More tuck. There. Let's get out of his tuck. Tuck. Knees to chest. There. I've seen a drill you hold
I think I'm
balls.
tired.
You hold balls here.
Oh my goodness, I know, I could imagine that.
Hold balls.
But that's so much harder. So much harder. Okay, here we are. We're on the ground. And if you're not, come on down with me here.
Okay.
Let's get on that little Tony ankle squat. Could we start our single repetition leaning towards back? If you're with me or just catching up, hang on to that for 5 more seconds. Talk here.
Counter.
From here, extend the hips. From there, tuck the toes. From there, transfer weight to the balls of feet. From here, extend hips. From there, extend hips. From there, flatten out. And from there, sit. And then let's extend those hips. Let's tuck those toes. Let's come back to the tippy toes. But this time, let's stand up. And let's go down. Are you interested in one more challenge for today? 1 more minute. 1 more minute of fun. Let's try to hang on to your handstand and try for 1 minute a handstand pursuit. We might do this drill twice depending on the endurance of our bodies here. So for 1 minute, in a couple seconds, say, I'd go up. I'd go up into my handstand and I'd hold it for a full minute, or at least I'd try. If I came down, I would take a moment, check in and say, yeah, I gotta go again, I can do this, and then we'll get again. Trying to fill a full minute of being upside down, facing a wall could be a nice drill as well. Maybe based on space, I'm gonna go against the wall to do an upside down minute as Lauren works her center room. Yeah, space-wise, okay? So, little cord turn, I'm sorry for all the camera angles here, but I'll be on that wall, upside down for a minute, working on that endurance as a nice fun variation, and Lauren's gonna try to work in the center. Let's get going in about 5 seconds, and then we'll wait for Lauren to cue me to tell us when we're done. 3, 2, take your time. Let's walk up the wall or play with your handstand in the center for upwards of a minute. I'm gonna face the wall, tuck my chin, press away, and because it's so quiet, I think Lauren's doing a really good job. I can hear her breathing. I know that if she's up there, it's because she's pressing the floor away. She smiles and laughs as she dismounts, as we call the play-by-play. And I can see everything except nothing at the same time.
20 more seconds.
20 seconds. 20 seconds of fun. I need to cue myself to continue to push the floor away. And 5, 4, 3, and dismount. Holy cow.
Holy cow.
Shake that out.
I counted 15 so I can get one.
15? It sounded really good. Whew, I need to get low. Anyhow you want, no rules. Let's get low to the floor. Let's get ourselves on our sideline here as you just finished with some nice gentle splits. So I'm essentially in this lunge position, 90 degrees, kind of all the way through, proud on the shoulder. From here, let's extend the front knee, and then push up to tall, and sit on your sit bones there that the kneecap of the straight leg faces up. With the leg in the back, could you heel toe it towards the back as Lauren wiggles her foot towards the back. At that point, let's take that back hip, in the sense my right, Lauren's left, and extend it or squeeze the butt as you push the hip forward. We have our dorsiflex ankles here. Follow along with that or your point, and then relax the tension in the hip. Repeat, hip extension, bum squeeze. Pull the straight leg into the hip socket as you extend or push the back forward. Hold for time, like 3 seconds more, and relax slow. Now take the hand to that back leg, sitting tall as an outrigger as you need. Without moving, create lots of tension between the hand and the knee as you lift away from the floor. Can you feel that back butt cheek say, holy cow? Trying to lift up. Lauren's got it, but don't let it. Make that shoulder win for 2 more seconds and relax. Same thing, the hand is going down, The knee hip is being pulled up. The front leg is being pulled into this hip socket and feeling quite a lot of tension, we hope, in that back butt. And relax. Now go 2 hands in front. Maybe look or talk to that ankle in the back, and pivoting on the knee, try to lift the heel off the floor. Mine doesn't go. Ooh, I'm trying hard for 9, 8, 7. I can slowly lift it, but I can't entirely lift my whole foot for 2, and relax. And then one more time, take a breath. Same thing, internally rotating on the hip, trying to lift the foot ankle for 3, 2, relax. Could that heel toe back just a little bit extra. Say hey to that new space, and then take time to close it up and switch to the other side. So on our elbow, proud shoulder like in our get-ups, we'll be 90-90 here. From 90-90, just again that hip extension, slack off on this hip, kind of opens up, extend it forward, squeeze it through. That's that action we're looking for to initiate that drill on the other side. But first, let's extend that leg out front. Let's press ourselves up to tall. Organize that kneecap can be facing the ceiling as much as it safely can. I don't have too much extra heel toe wiggle room on that side, but there we go. And then from here, I'm going to take this hip and extend it or push it through. I'm thinking compressing or pulling in this hip socket on the other side. And for about 5 more seconds, we'll squeeze or extend this hip forward. And then let it soften and relax. And it might kind of open up again. And same thing one more time. Butt squeeze on the left or the back bent leg and pulling in on the front leg, nice and straight. And holding for 3, 2, and relax. Now take the hand to the knee, sitting tall. From the hip, try to lift up, creating tension on the lateral butt cheek. The way Lauren's biting her lips, feeling it. She's maybe confused and can't quite get that tension. Let's relax that. Now same thing, let's pull in on the front leg as we lift up towards the back. And again, this lateral hip holster here to feel some work would be great, but beware of that cramp monster. For 2 more seconds, and relax. That's a borrowed line, I'm sorry, but there we go. Okay, lastly, 2 hands out front. Take your breath and try to gently lift that back ankle. Again, mine doesn't lift itself. It doesn't lift all at once either, and barely at all. 3, 2, relax. Take a moment off, and we have one more last repetition here as we're trying to internally rotate that hip or lift the foot for 9, 8, 7. I'm kind of just dancing along my foot as I'm trying to figure it out. I can see Lauren's doing the same thing, and it doesn't have to be a big move. And Lauren is definitely counting us down, so let's coast that away. Take your time. Return to a comfortable position for yourself as we say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us on today's practice. Whether it's live or in the archive, we're very grateful to have you along. Are you a member? Do you subscribe on YouTube? Have you been to our website? Check out barsandbells.com for membership, sliding scale memberships rather, and we look forward to continuing your handstands practice in class. Questions? Type it away. Type those comments. Let us know what's up. We like hearing about your progress. You can tag us in your Instagram posts and social medias with Bars and Bells. Anything you want. But thank you very much for keeping us here. My name is Ian. This is Lauren. We train together, we train simply, and we stay strong. Thanks very much. Have a great weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye.